What's up, my fellow Michiganders, Michiganians, whatever you happen to call yourselves? Welcome to Wolverine State Sports Talk. And obviously, Saturday was a depressing day for us Wolverine fans, but I gotta say something. Jim Harbaugh's hires right now are looking like complete duds, especially on the defensive side of the football. You look at the fact that Don Brown, that hire didn't work out because he was blitzing all the time, and it was a very gimmicky defense. Then now you look at this defensive staff, and I'm going to go after two guys in particular: Mike McDonald, the defensive coordinator, and Geroge Helow, the safeties coach. Because I'll tell you this right now: Mike McDonald was supposed to be the guy that fixed the linebacking core. Mike McDonald did a great job supposedly, he did a great job in Baltimore with Patrick Queen, really fixed up that linebacking core. But based off what I see on this film, which I'm going to show you in a second, these linebackers have absolutely no clue what the heck they're doing. And then if you watch the safeties, which Geroge Helow is the safeties coach, and he also works a little bit with the inside linebackers too. These two positions have absolutely no idea what they're doing. And the secondary oftentimes is confused. There's a lot of miscommunication, and that falls on the defensive coordinator. Guys not knowing their assignments, guys running around the field like a chicken with its head cut off. You're going to see it here on the film in a second. And the fact is, there's 5 key plays in this game defensively that cost us this football game. When you play a good team like Michigan State, you got to be spot on your assignments. You got to know exactly where to be on the field. You got to know exactly what gap to have. And you got to actually react to the darn plays. And we didn't. I'm going to show you this film, and if you're a Wolverine fan, it'll make you frustrated too. All right, let's take a look at this first play right here on defense that I think really turned around the game. So I want you to watch two players in particular. You got number 2, Brad Hawkins here, the safety, and then you got the middle linebacker here, Josh Ross. Watch how these two guys react to the play, and it's going to blow your mind how bad it is. So you can probably guess what play this is. This is where Kenneth Walker runs it in the end zone for a touchdown. Almost fumbled at the 1-yard line, but let's take another look at it. So on first instinct, this guy is blocking down right here, and number 79 here actually is going to block 2 guys, and you're going to see what I mean because Josh Ross does not react to the play. So technically, I think the play is actually supposed to go over here. It's supposed to be some sort of veer or something like that. So State sends a couple of guys across, and it's supposed to be a zone running scheme. So initially, I think the hole was supposed to be here, and Michigan actually did a pretty good job stuffing it up. And you could tell, look at Chris Hitton pushing number 75 back. This defensive tackle, which just got blocked, is in position. But look at Josh Ross. Boom. 79's job was to help out with this guy. As Josh Ross, you have to attack this gap. You're right there to make the play, attack the gap. You don't have a blocker on you. Instead, he stands there, waits a little bit, watches where he goes, and runs right into the offensive lineman. You have to have better awareness than that. And as a result, this offensive lineman, number 79, does a great job. He has 2 blocks on the play. And then watch this as well. As soon as he bounces outside, Josh Ross has absolutely no idea where the ball is. He runs right into the offensive tackle with his head down, not even looking at where the play is going, and he has absolutely no clue where the heck Kenneth Walker is. Whereas if he attacks the play and trusts his instincts and sees where the blockers are going, then he makes an easy tackle. And then here's the second player, Hawkins right here. If you're Hawkins, you see all this space on the field. This is your gap. You cannot be running around like a chicken with its head cut off. And I'm going to say that a billion times because that's exactly what I see here on film. And I don't really understand what you're doing here. You already have 3 winged helmets here. You contain this side of the field. And as a result, this goes from being about a 10 or 15-yard run to about a 28-yard touchdown. And we just can't have that. And then Aiden Hutchinson technically got beat on the play. He's good enough where if he makes a couple of mistakes, I can forgive him. But Ross and Hawkins, you got to do a better job than that. And that falls on the coaching staff. That falls on the guys not understanding what they're supposed to do on the field They almost look uncertain of what gap they're supposed to cover, not reacting to the play. And really, this is poor effort, too, from Hawkins. You got to mirror the running back, and there's absolutely no reason Hutchinson should be out racing you to the running back. Unacceptable. All right, so let's take a look at another play here. 4th down and 1. You all probably know what this is. Michigan State down by 6. This is where communication falls. This is a communication error. And again, it's week 9. You had a whole bye week to address this. And these players are still confused about their assignments. That's the coaching staff not getting through to these guys. So here it looks like it's supposed to be man-to-man coverage, right? They send Jalen Reed in motion, and DJ Turner is mirroring him, which he's supposed to be doing if it's man-to-man coverage. And you can see Daxton Hill right here. He says, I got this side of the field. I got this side of the field. So Michigan State, what they do is a fake handoff, fake reverse. But here's the real problem. This wasn't some crazy play or anything, because watch this guy right here up top, this cornerback, as I rewind it. So it's supposed to be man, right? He has this guy covered right here. Turner does. And then Hawkins has the tight end here. See, it's clearly man-to-man. Ross is doing a good job containing his gap. Turner is following Reed, which he's supposed to do. Here's what bothers me, though. See this right here? I believe that looks like it's Gem Green. You have to know what the heck your assignment is. And his assignment was supposed to be covering this guy man-to-man, because you can see Daxton Hill is right here in the middle of the field. He's sort of playing like a safety. And instead, he bails on his assignment, probably thinking that it's zone and he has the flats, instead of doing what he's supposed to be doing and covering man-to-man. And again, these mistakes cannot happen against good football teams, because this is the sort of stuff that happens. And then the guy's wide open. And that's just an easy point. Too easy. Too easy of points to give up. Just simply not knowing what the heck your assignment is supposed to be. That was unacceptable. And again, it falls on the defensive coaching staff. And then what happens afterwards, this is 100% on Mike McDonald. You know that Michigan State's been running hurry up, and this is week 9. This is not week 1 or week 2. This is week 9 as a college coach. You have to know these guys are going to run hurry up. And you know what you do here? This is also on Harbaugh. You call a timeout. You call a timeout if you don't have your personnel on the field. There's 7:23 left in the second quarter. And your timeouts aren't like cell phone minutes. They don't carry over. So you have to be more aware of what's going on. Michigan State's hurrying up to snap the ball. You do whatever the heck you can to call a timeout here. Instead, everybody gets on the field late. They're all confused. It's a penalty. And this is embarrassing. That should never happen to a Division I football program. Ever. That's a lack of awareness from the coaching staff, and it's driving me insane. All right, so now let's take a look at this play. 4th and 4. Michigan's up 30-14. If this play is not converted, it's very likely that Michigan wins this football game. But here's who I want you to watch right here. The safety. It's going to be number 6. I believe that's R.J. Moton. Yep, Moton, who got an interception earlier. I want you to watch this. So notice Thorne, what his eyes are doing. The second, he already knows what his read is. He's pre-diagnosing his throw. And watch where the safety Moton goes. Moton is technically supposed to have this deep part of the field, so he's kind of doing the robotic thing, doing what he's being told to do. But you notice the quarterback is looking this way, and the safety is going this way. The first thing they teach you as a safety, you need to look at the quarterback's eyes and see exactly where he's throwing the football. And what the heck are you doing in this side of the field when you have two guys here? They dropped Hinton and Ojabo back into coverage. You also have 2 other guys here versus 2 wide receivers. So it's 4-on-2 here. There's absolutely no need to be shaded to that side. You absolutely need to be shaded to this side and looking at these 2 receivers, especially his eyes are looking that way. As a safety, your job is to look that way. And the fact that he doesn't know to do that, again, falls on this coaching staff and Helow failing to teach these guys what to do. So, as a result, He's late on the play. If he shades that way, this is actually pretty good coverage here from Daxton Hill. Maybe got beat a little bit, but again, these wide receivers are tough for Michigan State. They're some of the best in the country outside of Ohio State. It's a perfect throw, but if Moton is there and he reads the quarterback's eyes before he pre-diagnoses the throw, that's not a completion, or it's going to be a very, very tough catch. So again, just poor fundamentals, a combination of poor fundamentals, poor communication, and again, it falls on the coaching. These are the guys that Jim Harbaugh hired to change things, and it's not looking a lot different. All right, another key play here. So Michigan's up by 8, third down, and again, this is a run play. I want you to watch Josh Ross, not knowing what the heck he's doing, reacting to this play. So see, you notice how he's getting blocked, and he's not even looking anywhere near the ball. Everybody has their eyes on the ball. Everybody shed their block except for Josh Ross. And as a result, this play goes to the house. And then another guy I want you to watch here. It's Hawkins. Watch what Hawkins does. So you see this running back has the football, right? Maybe you're watching out for a flea flicker. No one's really down the field except for this guy. But he's got him in coverage. So you see he has the ball. What the heck are you doing taking an angle going this way? That is a terrible angle. And as a result, when he breaks out of the hole, completely unprepared to make the tackle. Whereas if he just mirrored the running back, because your job as a safety is to not let this 10 to 15 yard game turn into a touchdown. And that's exactly what he did. Now, technically, this guy right here, 94, does a nice job getting off his block. He's technically not doing his job because he's supposed to have outside contain. But he does get off his block, and he does slow Walker down enough that Ross should have been able to at least make a rip move or something to make the play. But he loses sight of the football, and Moton takes a poor angle. Again, just very, very poor fundamentals, poor reaction. Look at it from another angle. So there was Walker celebrating the touchdown, well-deserved. So you see right here, it's a stretch play. And so number 76's job, he actually does his job here. His job is to seal this guy. And Michigan's defensive line, I'm not being too hard on them because I think that they still played a pretty good game. But sometimes they did make a few mistakes. It was kind of just getting beat on the play as opposed to just not knowing where the heck to go. But here, he actually does his job, just barely, but he's unable to take on another blocker. Now watch Ross here. You see 75 going out. You got to be faster than this lineman and know where the heck the ball is going. And technically, that probably was supposed to be his gap. But yet again, as a linebacker, your job is to react. You have to react to the play. And running into the offensive lineman with your head down, not looking at where the ball is going, excuse my language, it's not going to do any good. This play breaks outside. Again, poor angle there from Hawkins. And it's an easy touchdown. And again, so in summary, it's communication, it's reacting to the play, it's fundamentals. It's a combination of a whole lot of things. This does not look like a well-coached football team to me. And it's a talented team, that's for sure. But when you face a team that's competent, that's very good, like Michigan State, they're going to make you pay. All right, so this is the last play we're going to cover here. And this is the play where Michigan State took the lead. So, again, Josh Ross and Brad Hawkins. I've been saying their names a lot today. But, again, the coaches have to do their jobs. This is week 9. And they just look confused out there, unaware of their assignments, and you're going to see they're going to get burnt again here. This is Little League right here. So what this is going to be is a trap play. I know this because I played offensive line. So 76 is going to pull out, and he actually does a nice job here blocking, I think that's Jeter. So technically Ross is supposed to have this gap. But the problem is you have to be seeing that this is a trap play and that the play is designed to go over here. So Ross is kind of sliding towards his gap, not reading the offensive lineman, which is your job as a linebacker. And as a result, he gets caught up in the wash, and it's an easy touchdown. And then this is just a terrible effort there from Moton. Or actually, this is a terrible effort too from Hawkins because he's supposed to have Hayward, so he goes up to him to prepare for a pass completion. But watch where he notices he has the ball. And if you're gonna get on Ojabo here, he actually does his job. Your job is to not let anything outside of you as a defensive end. But Moton here, you see, he recognizes the ball is going up the middle, and he sees the play. Watch his effort. You absolutely cannot afford to give that up. So again, it's just Josh Ross not understanding where the play is going, not reading the tackles, reading the blockers. And that's on coaching. Mike Macdonald was supposed to be the linebackers guru, and clearly that hasn't been happening because the linebackers have struggled all year. And this is the first game that it really got exposed, and we lost the game. It got exposed against Nebraska too, not knowing who to cover. So this is unacceptable. This is how a team with lesser talent, albeit not that much less, beats a team full of 4 and 5 stars. I'm livid. The fact of the matter is, this is the sort of stuff that has to get fixed, or else I'm not convinced Jim Harbaugh can pick the right assistants for the future. And that's the way the fans are feeling as well. Because it makes sense to change your assistants, but at some point, as a coach, you're the CEO. You got to get guys that can get guys to play at a high level. And the fact is, these guys have no clue what they're doing, and it's week 9. There's absolutely no excuse for this. And you had a whole bye week to prepare for this. It sickens me to see so much wasted potential out there on the field. Credit to Michigan State and Mel Tucker, too. They took advantage of these mistakes, and they turned them into touchdowns, whereas some of the lesser teams that Michigan faced, like Northwestern, they weren't doing that. So the fact is, the back 7 of Michigan has to get better, and the coaches need to do their job. It starts with communication, reacting to the play, basic fundamentals. You can't make these kind of mistakes in games like this. All right, thank you all for watching. Michigan plays Indiana this weekend. It's going to be a night game, so I'm excited about that. We'll see what happens. All right, take care.